The Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S. I have owned both of them since day one. And so I thought we would go over, if you're someone that's looking for an Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S, let's go over which one is right for you. But I saw this in the New York Times. Choosing the right Xbox, the Series X or Series S, is an article written over there. And so I thought what would be fun is, why don't we go over what they have to say and see if they're correct or not. And then I'll correct them where they need correction. And if they don't need correction, let's see how good is the New York Times at choosing the right Xbox for us. The Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S? Which one should you get? Well, the short answer is it depends. It depends. It depends. What are you looking for? What type of gamer are you? What are you willing to spend? Those three questions are your top questions there. All right, the current generation of Xbox consoles presents what might seem like a confusing choice. The $500 Xbox Series X and the $300 Xbox Series S. The two are based on a similar foundation, and they will play all the same games for years to come. But the Series X and S each target a different level of graphics performance, and they take different approaches to physical media. As the Series X supports discs, while the Series S is digital only. With that in mind, we're here to help you figure out which Xbox you should buy, or if you need one, or if you need to buy one at all. The answer is you do need to buy one. Well, maybe not. If you're a big PC gamer, you might not need to buy one. But if you're looking for a console, you want to sit and relax on the couch, you need to buy one. Especially the value of Game Pass for either console is going to be the selling point for you here. Now, especially if you're looking at this for your kids, you have to get Game Pass. Game Pass will enable you as a parent to never have to buy another $70 game, $60 game in your life ever again for your children. They will have so many options, they will never have to complain to you ever. I want a new game. Nope. You don't need to. We've got Game Pass. For $14.99 a month, we've got Game Pass, baby. Check your Game Pass library. And games are always moving in and out of Game Pass. You've got access to all first-party titles. So first and foremost, that is the advantage of coming with Xbox. Whether you decide to get the Series X or the Series S, it's the power of Game Pass and the options there. I have family members who have an Xbox Series S, and they're always borrowing games from me, physical copies, and I've given them some games and stuff, but they don't have Game Pass. And I keep telling them, just get Game Pass. You don't need to buy games for your children anymore if you have Game Pass. It's that great. It's that big of a deal. Here's the thing, too. If you have young kids, Game Pass has a lot of great options for young kids from there's SpongeBob on there. There's Paw Patrol on there. There's Peppa Pig that's on there as well. All fun games. My kids have played all of them. What's the DC Super Pets? DC Super Pets, remember that movie? That's got a game, and that game is actually pretty fun. My 4-year-old is playing that game right now, all on Game Pass. Now, if I'm not on Game Pass, if I'm not on Xbox, let's say I'm on Nintendo or even PlayStation, guess what I have to do for all those games? I have to buy them. All right, $20 here, $30 there, $50 here, and you're quickly adding up to more than you would pay in a year for Game Pass. So Game Pass is the draw here, whether you're getting an Xbox Series X or an Xbox Series S. They continue, with better graphics, more storage, and a disk drive, the Xbox Series X justifies its higher price. It really does. It's the ability to play most games in 4K and some games in 120 frames per second, where it's enabled, is worth it there, especially if you've got a very nice television. If you've got a nice television for yourself, I can attest to you, it looks fantastic, the Series X does on it. But whether those features are worth paying for depends on what kind of display. Boom! They nailed it. See, didn't I just say that? What kind of display you're playing it on. If you have a 4K TV with high-end features such as Dolby Vision, 120 Hz, and variable refresh rate, or if you plan to get one, the Series X is likely worth choosing over the Series S. Both consoles offer impressively fast storage that improves boot up and load times. Load times are no joke. You don't have, especially if you're coming from like an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, load times, where'd they go? They're gone on these new systems, which is very nice. And it's very obvious when you go back and try to play. So that's definitely an upgrade. So get ready, buckle up, because you're looking for an upgrade here. Both offer incredibly fast storage that improves boot up and load times. But the Series X has more than 800 gigabytes of storage available internally, nearly twice the available capacity of the Series S. Plus, if you have a collection of physical Xbox One, Xbox 360, or original Xbox games that you want to keep playing Only the Series X has a disc drive, which also makes it the model choice if you want a console that can also be your 4K Blu-ray player. They're 1,000% correct on here. There's nothing I think that they left out of the Series X. They summarized it very nicely. Better graphics, particularly if you've got a very nice display or a good display or you plan on getting one. The disc drive, if that's something that you're going to utilize. Now, I have a Series X and I've never utilized my disc drive once. I'm all digital now, particularly again with Game Pass. So I don't know if you're still hanging on to discs. That might mean something to you. It doesn't for me. So yeah, let's take a look at the Series S. So on the other hand, if you don't have a 4K TV and won't buy one soon, if space in your entertainment center is a concern, or if you don't have a plan to buy many physical discs, the Microsoft Xbox Series S offers a lot of value and still gives you the chance to play the new generation of games to come. And anyone who mostly plays games from Xbox Game Pass, did I not call that? The monthly subscription service that provides access to hundreds of games, including new releases, probably won't miss the disc drive. We also think that makes the Series S an especially budget-conscious choice for younger kids. Again, yes. Since the less expensive console and monthly membership add up to more games than a kid can play. So I said all of this. Yes, they're right on. Well done, New York Times. So you have no need to buy new ones all the time. The Series S might be a good option for some travelers and hosts too. If you're going somewhere for an extended stay, the Series S can easily fit in a carry-on piece of luggage. And if you have a guest room or vacation rental, a Series S adds a lot beyond a regular media streaming box. All 100% true. And that is really the question. So I have a Series S. I'll tell you how I use mine, and then maybe this will help you determine what you need. And maybe you have one or the other, and you're debating on getting the other one. I have two, and I am incredibly happy that I have two. In fact, both my brother and my cousin now have both consoles as well because I encouraged them to get two because of my own experience with both the Series S and the Series X. The Series X, I'm in my gaming room. I've got a high-end monitor. It stays down here for my hardcore game play nights. It's for me. It's daddy's toy. My Series S is up in my living room, and it's primarily my kid's Xbox. Couple reasons why. I think it's the better looking of the two. It definitely has sex appeal. So you can't really tell from it here. It is a good looking box. It's phenomenal. It looks so nice and clean. It's a statement piece in all reality. It looks on your media console, on your desk, on your whatever you have it. So it's up in my living room where everyone is because it looks nice. It's not this big hideous piece of electronics. The Xbox Series X is cool, but it doesn't have that aesthetic that the Series S does. Again, my kids, just like the New York Times said here, my kids are on Game Pass and utilize Game Pass on the Series S, so there's no need for a disc drive up there. Now, my nice TV is upstairs, but again, I have a high-end gaming monitor down here that I hook up my Series X to. And when the New York Times here talks about graphics, really you're not going to notice a difference in the graphics. The graphics are on par on most games. It's the little stuff that you notice. The 4K on a big TV looks a lot better on the Series X than it does the Series S, but the graphics are still phenomenal. The speeds are still phenomenal. It's really the purists, I think, that notice the difference. And then your frame rates, if you're looking to get that 120 frames on certain games, 60 frames per second is pretty standard across both the consoles, just at different resolutions is how they handle that. So I use my Series S upstairs for my kids, and then also, casual relaxation at night or something if I'm up there with my wife, because since it's digital and I'm on Game Pass, all my games transfer cross-account, cross-play, the whole shop. I would not be concerned about memory so much. I know a lot of people put a lot of oomph on memory. I've yet to buy the expansion on the Series X, especially, but even on the Series S, because I just have an external memory drive, an external hard drive that I just plug in. And I just transfer the games whenever I want the speeds, because you have to, in order to get the most out of your games, they have to be on the internal storage for those speeds, especially. Transferring it takes 5 minutes for a huge game. It's no big deal. Download it once, keep it on your hard drive, and then whenever you want to, whenever you think you're going to dive in and play the game on either the Series S or the Series X, just transfer them over. It takes 5 minutes. You can get hard drives for really large hard drives for fairly cheap. So, if you're a hardcore gamer and you're going to dive deep into gaming, or you have someone that is, the Series X is worth it, in my opinion. For everybody else, the Series S is just fine. Even if you're a hardcore gamer, the Series S is just fine. They're right about travel. I have taken mine on planes in travel. It's compact. That's it. Of the two, the Series S is my favorite of the two because of its versatility and how good it looks. So I'll put that there for you. And then finally, price. Price is going to be a thing for you. If you don't want to pay that $500, the $299. Sometimes there's deals. I think a few days ago there was even a deal, so that brings it down to $250 for the Series S. That's also something worth considering as well. Either way, you're not going to go wrong with either. But yeah, Series S, definitely the family console in my mind. Series X, it's daddy's console, the hardcore gamer's console. Let me know which Xbox you decide to get. Let me know if this was helpful in the comments below. New York Times, congratulations. You nailed it. You nailed it, baby. Series X, Series S, regardless, I have both and I utilize both. So maybe just get both, and then you don't have to make the decision. Let me know what you decide in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. I'm X1 the Gamer. We cover all things Xbox right here on this channel. If you like this, you're going to like all my other stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.